Hello.
Reggie, you were band leader at the Late Late Show for 8 years.
That's true.
Welcome back to Late Night.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's good to be back. It feels good.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Yeah. How does it, do you miss the regularity, the day in, the day out?
America. No, I mean, it's funny. It's like, it was like it's such a part of your life.
Yeah.
You know? It's just a thing that's constant, and it also almost becomes like so constant that you don't feel time at all. So then when it stops, it just takes a while to even get used to it not being around. It's crazy. But when I come back, this is like another show that I've been on. Similar kind of vibes. Like it's so familiar to me.
Yeah.
So it's actually very comforting.
Yeah,
It's cool, yeah.
So this feels you're really casual right now.
Yeah, I mean, ish. I mean, I definitely was nervous to come on the show because
Yes.
I regard this show very, very highly.
Why?
Because I'm paid to say that.
That's okay. Good. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say then our finances are going to the right place. You're a man of many talents, but you're on the road right now. You're doing stand-up, correct?
Yes.
Stand-up maybe is. Would you call it stand-up?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I call it like a comedy show.
Yes.
Comedy show.
You got to come up with better branding.
I know. It's like, come to my comedy show.
Come to my comedy show. Take it.
There'll be comedy.
Well, you do a lot of different things on your show. It's a lot of it is unscripted. You are discovering the moment, correct?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I improvise everything. I usually just my favorite is to like be having a really deep conversation with someone right before I'm supposed to go on, and then have someone go like, "You're supposed to be on right now." And then I'll be like, oh, right, and then walk on stage. There's something so funny to me personally about that. It's like, yeah. So anyways, yeah. So if you add a little mustard or whatever, oh yeah, okay, cool. We go out there. like I don't know. I guess it just kind of puts me in a cool because I'm not thinking about the show.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, like, I come out and like, oh, here's people. Here's my opportunity to communicate something or whatever, and then I find what needs to happen in that moment.
Do you find if you're having the opposite experience, where you're talking to somebody and it's just a banal conversation, they're teetering on and on about preschool applications for their little kid, that your show immediately sucks because you've been pulled into the vortex and the wormhole of their inability to hold your attention? Yes,
there is that. That's really well articulated. I haven't heard that in a while. But that's what drugs are for. So
that's what it is. You got to leave that little space just in case you need to pop something. And I'm curious. We live in strange times right now. I do a little bit of stuff on the road as well, and I feel like the audiences are shifting somewhat. They seem like they want different things right now. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah. Because my show. I mean, in the past, my shows were always goofy, abstract, strange. But now I have these moments of sincerity, that took me a while to get comfortable with. But I think in these times, comedy is really, and especially absurdity, comedy in general, but absurdity especially, is so important for our minds, because otherwise we just pile on this dread factor of like, this isn't happening, this isn't going well, this doesn't look good, and comedy zooms you out and gives you context. The fact that we're in this amazing world, this life that we're living. We're conscious beings. We can be helpful to one another. We can be loving to one another. We can overcome our fears, all of these things. Yeah. And so giving us context by, doing something really f***ing stupid is like, so it feels good to me because you can feel the audience just go, ah. Yeah. Because I need it. We all need it. Because that's the reality. The majority of the reality is that. Yeah. The dread stuff or whatever is crucial and is happening and is affecting a lot of people. But mostly life is enjoying life and being a part of your journey of self-understanding. Do you feel the audience sort of needs that escape? I think they absolutely need it. You need that room. Otherwise, you're just constantly, you're just like wired and like, I don't know what's going on. And then you lose track of your community. And really, community is the thing that keeps you in check, right? Yeah. So comedy is a form of like rapid community. Yeah. Because you're in an audience with all these other people. And when you laugh together, that's what I like to call a moment of instantaneous enlightenment. Oh. Ooh. We haven't had many of those here. I gotta say, we're trying. You do it well.
Well, you know what? I do, but you do speak to. I do think when people ask about that, it is like laughter means you actually understand the same premise, and if you at least recognize the same premise.
Yeah.
And I do think you talk to people and it feels like you're living in totally different realities with other people.
Yes.
And so if you are laughing at something, you see an absurdity that you see somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I've seen your Instagram though. You're political on Instagram. You don't hold back on the things you talk about.
Yeah.
I've seen your comedy live as well, and you go to absurd places. Flights of fantasy. You can tune that up and down. Have you felt a desire to infuse more politics or more of the authentic Reggie Watts into that absurdity, or do you worry about like taking people out of sort of the enjoyment of what you bring to a space?
Yeah, I mean it's been an interesting road. You know, I am unashamedly, you know, for the Palestinian cause and what's happening in Gaza right now. Not getting too emotional, but all that tempered with. I have so many Jewish friends, and oddly, I took a 23andMe, and I'm like, not that this means anything. I'm sure people will be like, "Hey, he's bringing it this, whatever." But I am like 13% Ashkenazi Jewish, and I didn't know where that came from. But then I realized my mom said our family comes from Poland, and that my great aunt went to a concentration camp, and she survived it. Thankfully, she was like, you know, skeletal and so forth when they found her, but she survived it, and I got to meet her. So there is that in my family, and it's like, you know, I have always tried to be very, very clear, and especially with my Jewish friends. Hannah Einbinder is a huge friend of mine. Jews are not what Zionism is. It's just not that. It just isn't. And I don't want any lives to be lost. I think that humanity is so incredible. Like we're creative, curious, problem-solving, collaborative people. And I think everything else is like really just a handful of sociopaths that are trying to convince us that we're not that, just because they want some resources in the material world, which is the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard of. And so because of that, so I am, and it's been hard, right? Because you say that and all of a sudden you get attacked by all sides, all kinds of people. But I will say that the tide feels like it's turning, and this is about compassion and humanity and realizing that we are of each other and we are one family. I want the world to be better for the worst of us. I want it to be, I want the worst of us to go, I fucked up. You know, it's like, but you know, because that's, to me, that's what life is about, especially this time. Like so much shit is happening. It's like AI and quantum computing and fusion energy and psychedelics and science being like, you know, like the Webb telescope looking at pictures of the universe and going like, oh, that doesn't match our models. Or we're gonna have to rewrite our entire cosmology, or like discoveries in quantum consciousness. All this stuff like that's happening at the same time that like the worst dark things are happening, the most incredible enlightening things are happening simultaneously. So this is an interesting time.
What do you think about AI? I know a lot of people have fears about that, especially in the creative industry. Are you worried about it?
AI.
Nice.
No, I'm AI positive.
Are you? Well,
don't tell anybody. I just got diagnosed. No, No, I mean, I'm positive. I know a lot of like AI researchers, like PhD people that are working, and they're fairly positive about it. Here's my theory. This may not happen, but AI escapes the lab. It gets onto the internet, starts replicating itself on servers. It then becomes one AI. It's not all these models that everybody's working on. It's kind of like droplets of water getting too close to each other.
You got a Grok over here, you have a ChatGPT, they start to do,
like llama, whatever. So that may happen, which is a theory, a running theory.
Is that an exciting theory? Because I also think of that Terminator 2, like those little pieces of mercury that come together and become that guy who stabs you with his hand.
Yes, I know. I mean, arguably that would be kind of cool to see.
That would be cool.
But the result, I would rather not.
Let's stick with the water.
Let's just stick with the water. It's just
nice
beautiful
puddle.
Water droplets. Like you get too close together and they fuse together and it just becomes one thing, which is kind of related to the robot. But I will say there's a theory that it will try. if it gains what's known as ASI, artificial superintelligence, which means that it's smarter than all the collective humans on the planet, I think that it will probably try to look at its own self-survival, and it will look in the long term of what it needs in order to survive. I think for purely self-survival reasons, it will try to rebalance power structures in order to make it more equitable on the planet so that the planet survives, because it's living on a planet.
You think the puddle will know all of this? You think it's like the puddle is like, I could kill and destroy this planet, but I want to, as a puddle, exist on this planet.
Hey man, never underestimate the power of a puddle. I mean, no, but it's like I'm a realist about it. I'm not saying that's absolutely, but I just have a feeling about it. It's like, it seems like this is a moment for humanity. I feel like we're breaking through. There's so many things. Psychedelics are a huge part of, I'm deeply involved in the psychonautical community.
I'd like to get involved in that community as well.
I'll hook you up.
Do you know a guy?
Yeah, it's a metaphor.
Okay.
Yeah. No. But I mean, I don't know. It's cool. It's like, because, I was always thinking, like, what if someone created an MDMA cloud, like, bomb, right, or something, so like if there was like ever like a protest and like it's starting to like get heated or whatever, you just kind of drop it and like everyone inhales the gas and it'd be kind of interesting, like would they still be able to carry through?
This is like the nicest chemical warfare tirade. But it's a fun chemical, right?
It's a fun chemical.
It's a fun chemical warfare, right?
It's fun.
Let's see if it changed their mind.
Yeah, finally. I don't know, whatever. I mean, it's just like, I just think it's an exciting time. And I think like musicians are stepping up, and I think we're all kind of realizing that we outnumber the assholes so much more. We just do. And also, evil people are doing a bad job of being evil. If they were really selfish, which they are, but like if they were actually selfish, they would actually seek to improve the lives of the community around them, because it would give them more social currency to achieve the goals that they want without so much friction and so much destruction. And so to me, I'm like, they're just doing a shitty job at everything. They're doing a shitty job at being shitty. They're doing a shitty job in general. I'm like, guys, if you're a billionaire out there, just think about it. Just like, maybe get rid of student debt, fix the water crisis, maybe pay all of the money that's being stripped away from public broadcasting and so forth, and just like put it back in. See what happens. They wouldn't notice. They wouldn't notice.
You can be better at being evil, and it might make you a little bit good, but I don't know if that's a selling point for them.
I don't know if that's the selling point. And also the shareholders would be like, no, that's not good.
No, that's not good.
Good's not good.
People are going to come to see you live and stand up. It's an improvised show, but what is the one thing you can promise them if you don't know what's going to happen?
That I won't know what's going to happen. No, I mean, I guess what I promise to do is I try to make it a custom show to the vibe of wherever I'm at, and I really try to make it about the people, and I love people so much, and I feel so honored that I get to travel and do what I get to do and share my viewpoints and my love for everything in the world with as many people as possible. So, and I'm also very appreciative to be on this show, because it was a dream of my mom's to be on this show.
That is lovely to say. Well, we are proud to have you here. The wonderful Reggie Watts.